Am I moving? Okay. Okay. I'm here. Maybe she could rejoin the call. Okay.
Hey guys, it's AD, and we are having a little bit of technical difficulties with Skype tonight, so hang in there. We're trying to get Janice back on the line. She was here with us. I'm blaming it on the coronavirus myself. That's what I'm calling. Thomas, thank you for joining us tonight, man. How are you doing?
Good.
Awesome.
Excited to talk about macro.
Right. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Hopefully, if we can get to that point. It's been a technical achievement here just to get it going. So let me see if I can get Janice back into the call. We'll invite her back in. I'm not sure if this will... There she... Look, is that her?
Wow, what happened? Hi.
Hi, Janice. You lost everything. Your connection was gone. Bye-bye. So I just jumped in and I'm talking. You're still delayed, but you're there now. We see you now. So you take it away. God. It's all you. You have to share. You've been live. Me and Thomas have been talking to the audience.
Oh, because it's. Oh, wow. Have you really? That is so weird. Oh, yeah. Look, it showed that I did have internet connection for some reason. Welcome, everybody. Well, because that's hilarious. Okay, and I'm delayed. Sorry, but we're just gonna go with it. Okay. It's okay. I'm so sorry. I have no idea what's going on over here. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Okay. Well, we have Thomas Shahan here, and I'm blowing it.
I'm excited.
Well, as long as you're in sync, all's good. Everybody's used to it. Let's just say real quick hello to Catherine, Jan, Stacy, Kathleen's here. Thank you so much. I know I saw I had Debbie. Nice to see you. It was weird because I had seen 19 people, and then all of a sudden it went. So weird. Anyways, thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
I apologize. We definitely were trying to get this thing rolling. So let's get it going. Yes, Thomas Shahan's in the house over here. So we will rock and roll really fast. Let me just go through, Thomas, I'm just going to go through some real quick things before other people, they may not know about the show. So this is a macro photography live chat show, and it's fairly new. So you guys share it with your friends because it's all about macro, micro, and close-up photography. So I'm super excited. Once a month, we have an amazing guest like we have now, and we are going to dive into Thomas. So let's get going. I just want to say I just appreciate you so much for coming on.
No problem.
You have some amazing, amazing work, and we are going to dive into your work. I have to say, though, your jumping spiders are totally, and you know what? You are like everyone. Do you know that we're going to share some an amazing workshop that you can work with him because he is friends with Alex Wilde. If you guys saw him on the show. So I'm hoping that I know that you're very intelligent. I've listened to you. So when I say something wrong, correct me, just like the professors did back in college. No.
So when was the Alex chat? I'd like to see that. Alex
yeah. That, you know what? I don't remember what number, but I'll email you after the show and I'll give you his show because it was a blast. We had such a great time.
He's the real professor in all this. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was so nice to hear about all the details. I love that. But yeah, your jumping spiders are amazing. Actually, your work is just amazing, and I really like the way you go about things. So before we get started, I just want to let everyone know that the next Macro Chat show is March 19th. We are on every other Thursday, and that's going to be with me. So I will share your YouTube because your YouTube's amazing. You rock it on Twitter too. I saw that spider and the worm and all that stuff. I was tripping out on that. But before we get started and then really dive into your work, please let us know your journey. I would love to hear how you got into what you do now.
Yeah, so I hope you can hear me okay before I start some long spiel about myself or something. I've been shooting photographs for a long time. I really never got into photography from like an artistic standpoint. I invested in like a SLR, I think, a digital SLR back in like 2006. So I'm, at this point, maybe I'm 17, 18 years old. Back in 2006, I'm 30 now. But I got an SLR just to shoot the guitars that I was going to be selling on eBay, and I wanted to take nicer photos. So it's kind of out of necessity, I in my mind, I always kind of kept art and photography separate because I've always been interested in painting and drawing and line art and things. But photography was kind of like a separate skill, something that was technical about it, not necessarily artistic. But I had experimented around just holding old prime lenses on backwards to get close-ups of like the machine heads or the action on a guitar, the fret inlays or something. And I never really thought about shooting insects or spiders. I'm 17, 18 years old in this, and I've never really been that. I've always been interested in animals, but never deeply in entomology or arachnology in any way. But I'm in Oklahoma, and I started seeing Phidippus audax. It's this really large black and white charismatic jumping spider. And, I took a couple shots, but it was clear I needed to get closer, and or I wanted to get closer. And then I noticed that there's, devices to actually mount the lenses backwards properly, like lens reversal rings. And that was my whole thing for almost like, the first 10 years of macro was just exclusively reversed lens macro photography because it was so cheap. I was using an old Pentax body that I gotten off of eBay used. It was just super beat and like a worn up old body. And, I had looked and I didn't want to go down the Canon route because I couldn't afford the lenses, and I wanted to use things I could find pretty easily. For a long time, a lot of the lenses I was using I got at garage sales, because you see a lot of Pentax K-mount stuff at like estate sales because Pentax was like the king for student photography, and a lot of people learning about film photography in the 70s and 80s, but Pentax is not the king anymore. But they still use the K-mount, so I can use lenses going back a long time, and they're not as desirable. There's Pentax collectors, but at least for me, it was the frugality. No, that's cool. I was going to say you and AD would love each other when it comes to sharing all the because he loves all that, the old lenses and cameras and all that fun stuff, and I do too. But so that's great that you actually took the hardest way to photograph, which you really do have to have a lot of patience to turn that lens around and go for it. So you really had a lot of determination to do this. It might have just been naiveness. I did it partially out of necessity because, I didn't have access to nice equipment really, but it ended up being one of the hardest ways to go about it. But it was a kind of a nice way to learn how to set the aperture manually, and because at least for my approach to macro photography, I have to have manual control over everything. And that was the main reason I got an SLR, because I need to be able to have control over the shutter, the flash output. I'd really like manually setting the aperture, and I don't want any autofocusing. I can't have the camera really just making any decisions, because these magnifications, you're losing so much light. You got to call all the shots, and it changes depending on every situation and the aperture you're at.
Well, let's go ahead and share. I have your website up, and let's share the screen, AD, and we will. Hopefully I did. Oh crap. Okay, everyone, I got to share my screen. That's every time I do this on Skype.
It might crash, yeah.
You never know. Okay, here we go. You know how nervous I am right now just to even like think about this? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Did it work? It did. Right? Right. Okay. I think so. Yes, I'm looking over here. Okay. So it's okay. Here we go. We got Thomas. They only have your website up. And while you're talking about shooting, because that is another question, is that I love to hear about your shooting. We'll get into your equipment and everything. But as I'm looking at your pieces here, I just love, I also love your drawing. You are an amazing, it's just beautiful work.
Thank you.
Yes, beautiful work. So I have a feeling that, that skill in you really does come out in your photography, but that's just my interpretation, but I would love for you to start talking about when you're actually in there, and pushing that shutter speed. How do you feel about it? Do you just go for it? Or I just would love to know about your shooting process before we do anything.
So, yeah, I would like to think I'm more of an artist than a photographer, or at least I try to mentally downplay photography as art, kind of thinking of it as like, at least for me, a documentarian skill. I'm trying to document the animals I see around in the most aesthetically pleasing or the most communicable way. Because people often don't like spiders, and spiders get a bad rap culturally. There's a lot of kind of unjust fear and paranoia around them, but they're incredibly diverse, beautiful animals. And
I love them.
At least, I'm not trying to, I can't claim these photographs as my art because I didn't create the beauty within the spiders. It's this wild variation, and beauty exists all on its own. So it's almost just like a lust to document them. Like, I guess that's like the basis of why kids like Pokemon. You got to catch them all or something. It's not enough just to see one jumping spider, and even just in one area. Like a lot of these. But you can find beauty and color beyond what you could ever imagine, just in one backyard. You just kind of let things grow and bring in pollinators and create a hospitable habitat for for insects, and spiders is a good thing. But you're asking about what I think about with like creating an image.
Yeah, because I know that you're saying that that you feel like it's not art because you're drawing and stuff like that. But I feel that there is a quality that in this work, even though you're documenting, what is my favorite? Harold Edgerton. He was a scientist also, and he's like, I love him. And back in the days. And so that's why I was telling, you guys are so alike when it comes to, you're sharing this beautiful jumping spider and all the other insects. Are you ready to? Uh-oh. Something just went.
I'm popping in.
That's so funny. But I think the way you're doing this really, it is beautiful, but the actual, yes. Oh my gosh, how did that happen? Are we still streaming? Oh my God. Okay. Oh, you guys, AD got jumped out. Don't we just love Skype? We just love Skype.
Somebody says they hear you.
They can hear us. Okay, they said we could hear. Oh, hi, Wearing Smile. Nice to see you.
I'm just greeting people as they come.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Wearing a Smile. Hey, Jan.
So what are we going to do? Oh, okay. Now I see Thomas.
Can you see me waving?
And he's on YouTube. I don't know if you're on YouTube to see what YouTube's got, but YouTube. Oh, he's okay. We're we're gonna get ready and we're gonna try to do this again, you guys. Yes, we are going to see if we can reboot it. Hold on, don't leave. Don't leave. Okay. I see me, but there we go. Okay, we're gonna go. Okay, let's go. So let's talk about let's do this as we're talking. Let's talk about your shooting process, what you do, and then let's just talk about a little bit of post work, and then we'll dive in, because I really want to dive into a real fast critique, and I'd like to get into your equipment and stuff like that. So let's go for it. Let's look at your wonderful work, and no rush, but it's just a bummer because I want you to. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about your beautiful work, and then just say, like, let me know like this. How'd you go about doing this?
Okay, so I prefer to have as little contact with the things that I shoot as possible. I don't know if my cam's showing, but I do carry vials in my backpack, and I'm often excited to find specific species, or I'll have kind of on my radar a specific jumping spider. So that jumping spider is a jumping spider I was looking for a while. Ooh. And I shot it as I found it. That's the first thing I try to do, is shoot something on site. So it's on just a rusty metal bridge there. So the first thing I do is try to shoot, like if I'm shooting a jumping spider, shoot it as I find it. So kind of a documentation of the host plant, where I found it, what it was up to, just as little of a human impact on the photo as possible. Right. And then sometimes if I'd really like to get a portrait, or really make sure I nail some good documentation of that species, I might collect it in a vial, shoot it in a slightly more controlled environment, which is, putting a bunch of leaves on a Lazy Susan or something back home, and then bringing it right back when I'm done to, like in that photo, I put a bright red leaf from the plant I found the spider on. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to die. We just lost Thomas. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that Thomas will deal with us, and we could try it on Discord and not do Skype anymore. And get him to see if he'll come in next month. Okay, because I really love his work, and I truly, truly do not want to just rush through his stuff, because he is it's just such a bummer, because I really wanted to share, they're having a workshop. Is there a way you can just put me on?
You are on right now, and I'm on with you right now. I'm talking with you. Everybody can hear me as well. And guys, we're having a real problem with Skype. Skype is not, it's kicking each of us off individually, systematically, so we can't keep anybody in the call for more than just a few minutes. So what we're talking about doing is rescheduling Thomas. If he'll do that, we want to give him the time to show his work, because it's well worth hearing and getting the full time. We're going to switch platforms, I think. I don't think that Skype is working anymore, and it's just not doing the thing. But yeah, Janice, you're on right now, and you can share his screen. There you go.
I just want to share this with everyone, because this is something that's happening June 19th through the 21st, just in case, he can't come on. I really hope he can when we, we'll try to reschedule. But anyways, this is the Bugshot, you guys, and it's so worth the money for you guys to go. They're going to be in Florida, and you could see here that it's going to be a blast. You're going to have Alex, you're going to have Thomas. I don't know John, but I'm sure he's amazing too. And you'll be able to go ahead and register for this, and be able to really poke their brains, and they'll show you how they shoot. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I think it will definitely be worth your while if you guys are around Florida or whatever. That's why I wanted to tell you guys now, because I wanted you to, find some time and be able to register. This is one of the things I really wanted to share. But
so that's at bugshot.net.
Bugshot.net. Yeah. Yes, bugshot.net.
That's very
cool. So definitely check that out. And we're going to end the show, and let's try to see if we can get back to Thomas just to talk to him, AD. You know what I mean? Let's try to bring him back up. Oh, there he is.
Maybe I'm back.
You're back. Yes, Thomas, I was just
Okay.
I'm so sorry. You know what? I was just telling the viewers that I really want to do this over. If you are willing to, I did share Bugshot, your Florida, because I really wanted people to know about that. So this way they can, find some time. It's June 19th through 21st. And I did show them the actual website so they can work with you guys. But do you mind if we can have you another time so I can really have you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to chat anytime. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if I lost internet or what was going on there.
It's just Skype. It's doing it to each of us, me, you, AD. So it's just a mess. That's why we're going to use a different platform. We're not going to use Skype anymore, and we'll have a better show. Do you want to do it next month?
Okay, well, just give me a heads up.
Okay, I'll email you. Okay.
All right.
You want
okay.
I'll email you right after the show, just to see if we can set up another time, and then this way, because I apologize. This is a bummer.
Okay, yeah. I'd love to chat again if you'll have me back. All right. Should I just cancel this call then?
Well, Thomas, I just want to jump in real quick and just say your work is absolutely amazing and very akin to the musician and stuff. It really strikes a resonant chord with me, and I think mainly what we want to do is give you the time that your work deserves, because I just think that this, it's just out of everybody's hands right now, and
yeah.
So.
Well, that's really nice. I appreciate it, guys.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and hang up, and I'll email you. And everyone else out there, we will let you know when Thomas will be back, and we'll see you later.
All right, see you guys.
Bye, everyone.